Hey folks, check out what we found today. Stay tuned for this video. I'm about to start. Check it out. Hey folks, it's Jesse from Dane, Appalachia. Today we're outside of Westminster, South Carolina. A friend of ours told us about this little cut here along the railroad tracks. It's full of quartz crystals, so today we decided to take a little drive and check it out. We've been here for maybe a minute and I've already found these pieces here. Little skeletal piece if you look at it, and a nice little cluster just laying on the ground, surface collected. So we're gonna goof around here and see what we find, and we'll be back. I'll fill you in here in a little bit on what we start finding. All right, thanks. So we've literally just, we've walked from the car, we parked right there, and this is all the further we've walked so far. And I mean, just look at this. Everywhere you look are these little quartz clusters. They're just all over the place. I mean, they're a little weathered down, but they're still like awesome little clusters. And I saw the guy that told me about this place showed me, or gave me a piece of it that actually had kind of a druzy growth on top of the crystals here. But I mean, I just made that other little clip, and I mean, if you look, just like, I'm just picking them up by the handful here. I mean, more than, if you look at the ground, I mean, it's literally, just covered in clusters. It's crazy. Awesome spot. But we're gonna dig here, probably fill up this bucket and maybe another bucket of clusters, and we're gonna take a little walk down here, maybe try to get in some shade here in a little bit. It's pretty warm out today, but yeah, we'll be back here. Okay, so here I'm starting to get into a little vein. I found a spot where the actual vein is running, and I'm starting to pull out all these little clusters, and they're kind of like little plate crystals, but you can't really tell that much because of all the clay on them still. So here a little later on, I'm gonna dig this vein here for a little bit, and then later on here I will get back with you and kind of show you what pops out. They're all really tiny crystals on here, but there is some structure to them. But I'm just gonna keep going through and see what I can pop out of here. I mean, it comes apart pretty easy, the actual little row of quartz, and they're packed in there pretty tight, so it's not like there's crystals in every bundle you pull out, but it's getting pretty close to it. It's hard to do this and look at this and dig at the same time, so I'm going to shut the camera off here and I'll come back in a few minutes. And another thing, we already have basically a whole box of this type of stuff in here. Just little points like that, a whole bucket of clusters, a garden rock here and there. This here. A lot of little clusters, but it's a cool spot. Well, I'm gonna get back to this vein here and see what I pull out, and then we're gonna head back to the car. I might just finish filling this bucket here up, and then we'll start heading back to the house and clean all this stuff up and show you what we got. All right, we'll be back in a few. Okay, so I just found this little vein full of these nice little points here. I'm filling up my little Lucky Ragnar bag with them, but I just want to show you this little cluster I just came across. I'm about to pull. You can see it there. Nice like little points about the size of my finger, but I want to try. Oh, they're all loose points. Let me get just kind of popping right off the cluster. Let me set this phone down here and see what I can get out. I want to see if I can pull a cool cluster out instead of just all these little points. Okay, check out these clusters I'm pulling out right now. Bigger than the palm of my hand, really nice, beautiful points on. I got one more right here. You can see all these coming out of the wall right here. I'm about to pull this, and then I think I'm calling it a day, folks. I've been here about an hour now and just got onto this vein right as we're about to leave. But yeah, check out how some of this stuff looks cleaned up here in a minute. And here are some of the pieces we got today all cleaned up. This is this piece, and the next two pieces I'm going to show you came out of that little pocket vein that I had found. These pieces are gorgeous. I love them. They're this really nice milky quartz. All the points came out really nice on this. I ended up not really breaking many of them off or anything in the process, so that was a bonus. And it has this weird overgrowth on it. I don't know if you can tell, but they are actually little micro crystal plates. Like, if you could really see these, you know, I don't have a good enough camera to show you, but the overgrowth on these is crazy. Can't really see it that much in these pieces to really tell that they're like actual little tiny plates of crystals down there, and it gives it this kind of like little druzy look. But I mean, just my camera and my lighting here aren't quite enough. But this is, geez, this is that one cluster I pulled out all cleaned up. I didn't obviously soak it in iron out or anything. I might try to decide on that. I'll wash it up a little better tomorrow probably and see how it turns out. But that's another cluster out of that pocket. Here's one and third. I got these three really nice clusters out of there today, so I was pretty happy with all that. And yeah, I just ground scored so many. That same little pocket produced just tons of these little points like this. Yeah, some of them have little secondary growth on them, you know, little clusters on top of the points and stuff. I don't know if you can really see that. Yeah, but check these out. They're just awesome little clusters. And this is pretty average as far as what I found. Stuff like this with weird growth over it. Couple other little clusters I'll throw in here. And then I have a little tray of stuff that was all in the hip pack that I was wearing. And I'll show that real quick, just to kind of get an idea of how many points I pulled out of that little pocket that I found. And just tiny little clusters. Yeah, this gives you an idea of some of the points that I pulled out of there. It was a great little pocket. I was super happy with it. I'm still excited about it. I mean, I just had this whole tray here full of little points and stuff. You know, it was a lot of fun up there today. I gotta hand it to the guy that told us about it. It turned out to be a great spot. And, you know, just beautiful little points. I mean, they're not super clear, but that's kind of what's cool about them. You know, they're just these milky things, and some of them are, you know, get the skeletal type growth, if you want to call it that. I mean, that's what some people call it, but let's see if I can, yeah. I think one of the pieces I showed at the beginning of the video, you could see it pretty well. Yeah, this is what we scored today, and I still have that big bucket too, the whole 5-gallon bucket full of this type of stuff. So yeah, we had a really good day, and thanks for watching. Digging Appalachia. Stay tuned for our next videos. All right, thanks for watching.